Let's go ahead and find the centroid for this body that's shown. Now notice that we've got this orange shaded area, and then here we've got this white area. This indicates that this semicircle is cut out of the shaded area. So keep that in mind. And what we want to do is we want to find X bar and Y bar, because remember, those two things tell you where your centroid is located. Now looking at this, you can obviously pull out some pretty simple shapes. We've got a triangle here, got a rectangular shape, we've got a quarter circle. So let's go ahead and start by pulling out the different shapes. And let's see, where do I want to do that? Let's go ahead and make this table. So remember, we're going to have region, and then we're going to have area, and then we're going to have X tilde, Y tilde, and by the way, these are in inches. Then next we're going to have AX tilde. So this is an area times a distance, that's going to be inches cubed. And then we're going to have AY tilde, which is inches cubed. Alright, so let's look at this and see what we get. So let's put the different shapes that we're going to have in this table, and then we'll fill out the rest. Let's go ahead and let's start with this quarter circle right here. Okay, so forget about this being white for right now. Act like this is solid orange, and we're going to pull out this quarter circle. All right, so this is going to be our first shape or region. And this distance here is 3. Okay, so that's going to be my first one. And next we've got this quarter circle here that was cut out. Let's write that one down next. And that's 1 inch. Now we've also got this quarter circle here. So let's do that one. It's cut out. And we'll have to keep that in mind when we do the rest of the table. But for now, just put the shape and then 1 inch. Now you could also pull out just this half circle. You can do it either way. Just to give us more examples though to look at, I'm doing it in 2 pieces. Okay, so there are different ways to do it. You choose the easiest way for you. Now let's see what's next. What about this big rectangle? That's a pretty obvious shape. Let's pull that out. That length is 6. This right here is 3. So that's a 6 by 3 rectangle. And then finally we've got a triangle here. So that's going to be our last one. So this is 3, and that's 3. Alright, we have 5 shapes. Now what we need to do, we need to fill in this table. Alright, so we'll do each shape one at a time. Let's go ahead and start with this first one. This is a quarter circle. We need to find the area of this shape. So area of a circle is pi r squared. This is 1/4 of a circle, so we're just going to have 1/4 pi r squared. And r is 3. So you'll have 1/4 pi times 9. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Now this next column here, this is the x tilde. This is the distance to get to the centroid of this shape. Right, so this is our x coordinate of this centroid. Now for this column, we're going to use that table that I showed you. So let's go ahead and look at our equation. Here's the quarter circle shape right here. And from this side of the quarter circle, the distance to get to the centroid is 4r over 3 pi. All right, so it's given in the table. So that's the equation we're going to use. Alright, so now for us, our quarter circle is over here, you guys can't see it, is over here to the left of the y-axis. So that means the x tilde is going to be negative because we're going this way. Okay. Now the distance over to the left is still going to be the 4r over 3 pi. You just got to remember this negative. Okay, so again, we're just finding the centroid of each of these little shapes, and we're measuring from this origin right here. Now that means we're going to have negative 4 times 3 over 3 pi. Alright, so those 3's cancel out. Next we're going to do y tilde. So y tilde is going to be the distance from this x-axis up to the centroid. You're going to use your table again to get y tilde. So here we are. So you can see from the bottom of the quarter circle, the distance up to the centroid is 4r over 3 pi again. So let's use that equation. Now this one's going to be positive because we're going up. So that's going to give us 4 times 3 over 3 times pi. And again, those 3's cancel out. Once we get past these two entries, the rest is easy. Because now we just need to take our area right here, multiply it by x tilde. That gives us this entry. And then for this last one, we're just going to do area times the y tilde. All right, so we're going to have 9 pi over 4 times negative 4 over pi. So now if you look here, these pi's cancel out, 4's cancel, you end up with negative 9. Same thing over here. Take your area, 9 pi over 4, multiply it by 4 over pi. You get 9. So pretty easy calculations. You just got to know how to use the table. Next, let's go to this quarter circle here. Now remember, this one is over to the left and it's cut out. Okay. Our area equation, again, is the same thing we had up here. We just have a different radius now. So we got 1/4 pi r squared. And leave a little space right here because I'm going to talk about this in just a second. We're going to have 1/4 pi times 1. Now if we think about it, this is cut out, right? So it's not really there. It's not part of our body. So that means we want to make it negative. Because think about your total area. We want to find the total shaded area. This is not shaded here. So that means we want to subtract it. And we want to subtract it because we didn't take it out of this shape, right? We assumed this was a solid quarter circle when in fact it had this piece cut out. So we need to take this area, subtract this area. All right, so if it's cut out, you're going to make it negative. Now, the x tilde, y tilde, we're just looking for the location of the centroid of this little shape here, of this cut out quarter circle. Same shape as we had before, so we're still going to have these same equations. We're still to the left, so x tilde will still be negative 4r over 3 pi. R is 1 now, so that gives us negative 4 over 3 pi. And then y tilde is still positive, so we still have 4r over 3 pi. And with r equal 1, that gives us 4 over 3 pi. Now we just need to go through, multiply. We're going to have negative pi over 4 times negative 4 over 3 pi. So we put that in, the pi's cancel, 4's cancel, negatives turn positive, you get 1/3. Over here, we're going to have the negative pi over 4. And then we need to multiply that by 4 over 3 pi. Okay, so again, you're going to have a lot of that stuff go away. That gives you negative 1/3. Alright, so now we got that. Now you just keep doing that same process over and over for each of your shapes. So now let's look at this. This is another quarter circle again. And remember, this is cut out. Now, if we go down to the rectangle, notice I'm assuming a solid rectangle, but in our actual shape, this part's cut out. So that means I need to make this negative. So then when I do the summation of the area, I have the rectangle minus this piece here. So that'll be minus 1/4 pi r squared. So that gives you negative pi over 4. Same equations we had before, the 4r over 3 pi, but now check the signs. Remember, we want to measure from this origin here. And now our centroid is right here for this shape. So this is a positive x tilde. So we're going to have 4r over 3 pi. So it's just 4 over 3 pi once you plug in r equal 1. Y is going to be the same thing we had up here. It's positive because we're measuring from here up. So we're going to have 4 over 3 pi, and that'll give us 4 over 3 pi. Now do these products. First one, we got negative pi over 4 times 4 over 3 pi. So you get negative 1/3. Then over here on this last one, we got negative pi over 4 times 4 over 3 pi. Cancel the pi and then cancel the 4, negative 1/3. Okay. Now moving on, let's do the rectangle. Area for the rectangle, that's pretty simple, length times width. So that's going to be 6 times 3, which is 18. And then now we need to find the location of this shape right here. So if we look up here, that's going to be directly in the center, right there. So we just need to measure from the origin. So for x tilde, we're going to be in the midpoint. So that's going to be 3. It's to the right, so that's positive. And then for y, we're going to be halfway up. So this total length here is 3, so this is going to be 1.5. So simple there. Now we just need to multiply. We're going to have 3 times 18, which is 54, and then we're going to have 1.5 times 18. And that gives you 27. Okay, so now we have one more. Now we've got this triangle, which is right here. Now notice it's way over here. The beginning of the triangle is 6 inches from the origin. So keep that in mind. Let's find the area of this. So 1/2 base times height. That'll give us 1/2 times 3 times 3. So it's 9 over 2. Now we need x tilde. So you're going to go to your table. And here we've got this. Now some of the triangle entries in the tables, they just have the y bar equation. They don't have one for x bar. So if your table doesn't have that, you might want to add this extra stuff. If we measure from this left side at the base of the triangle over to the tip of the triangle here, label that distance as A, the base is B, then x bar is found by A plus B over 3. Okay, so that'll be x bar. Y bar is h over 3, where h is this height here. All right. So I think it's easier to use this than trying to just use what's in the given tables. All right, so I'm going to use this calculation for x tilde. So the equation is going to be a plus b over 3. So this is a right triangle. If we look, that's right triangle. Now remember, a, for my calculation, is going from the start of the base to the tip. So for a right triangle, we don't have that. A is going to be 0 here. So that means we're going to have the base over 3. Okay. And our base is 3. That's a B right here. So we're going to have 3 over 3, which is 1. But now is that what we really need? So that's telling us we're 1 over to right here. That's 1. But we need to measure from the origin, right? The origin of our system. This is not the origin of the system. That means we got to start all the way back here and get to the centroid. So we got to go 6 before we even get to the triangle, and then we're going to go another 1. That means we're going to end up with 1 plus 6, which is 7. Okay. So on these, you got to have a common reference point that you're measuring from. So don't forget that. A lot of students forget that detail. Next, let's do y tilde. For a triangle, it's going to be the height of the triangle divided by 3. All right, so here we've got 3 divided by 3, which is 1. So now let's go through and multiply. We're going to have 9 over 2 times 7, which is 63 over 2. And then over here, we're going to have the 9 over 2 times 1, which is just 9 over 2. Okay, so now we're done filling out this table finally. So let's go ahead and do our summations. We need to get the total area because that goes in the denominator of our equation for x bar and y bar. So you're just going to come in here and you're going to sum all these up. Make sure you remember these negative signs here. All right, so when you add all of those up, you're going to get 27.998. And that's inches squared. Then we come over here. You're going to add and subtract, just do the summation of everything in this column. That's going to give you 76.5 cubic inches. Same thing over on this one. You get 39.83 cubic inches. Now we're ready to do our equation. So x bar is going to be the sum of x tilde a, and then you're going to put it over the sum of the areas. That means we're going to have 76.5 cubic inches over the 27.998 inches squared. So your units reduce down to inches, and you get 2.73 for x bar. Now y bar, we're going to have the summation of y tilde a over the sum of the areas. That's going to give us 39.83. And we're going to divide by 27.998 square inches. That gives us 1.423 inches. So now we have the location of our centroid. So when we come back up here, we know where our centroid's located. So it's in the x direction, it's 2.73 to the right because it's positive. So let's just say it's somewhere right in here. And then for y, it's going to be up 1.423. So let's just say it's right here. So this is going to be our C location. All right, so this was x bar. And then this is y bar. All right. So that's how you'll go about finding your centroid when you have a body that can be broken up using composite bodies. Okay. So I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a great day.